So, I wrote myself into Wednesday. Kind of. I wrote myself a monologue based on the Netflix series Wednesday, because it's a really great show. Anyway, I want to use that monologue to practice. Because, practice makes perfect, and I kind of love acting. So, I haven't really done this in a while. And, you know, it's really good to do what you love. And practice makes perfect and all that stuff. So, the monologue goes something like this, right? It goes, you know what I love about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left the message for her. The scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game. It was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet. But she will. When the next one comes, I'll make sure it speaks louder. Anyway, it doesn't have to be done in that specific tone, but it's sort of like it's a way for me to practice, and it's a way for me to practice not only saying the lines, because the lines is a fairly short thing, right? But it's more like for me to practice angles that I do this in. Is it close? Is it medium shot? Is it a really long shot? In this case, I can't really do a long shot or a full body shot because I only have so much space. But it's a way for me to practice those shots, and it's a way for me to act, do what I love, and it's also a way for me to practice doing what I love. And at the same time, it's content. So I watched a video. Well, I watched a lot of videos. They call it films. I watched a YouTube video on Michael Caine teaching acting. It was shot sometime in the 80s, like 1,000 years ago or something. Anyway, I watched that, and I'm basically using that as my guide. I have for a long time now. But just so you guys know, I'll link it down below if I watch this back. But I'll try to. Anyway, let's get to it. So, this is my camera, and what I'll be using to record, because I can't use my phone. But two things. I want to record myself doing these self-tapes, monologues. And also, I want to get myself used to understanding how these kinds of cameras work. This is a digital camera. So these sort of, it's not exactly what we'd use in a movie, I'd imagine. But it's closer than using my phone, So I want to understand how this works, or rather how I work with it. Hence why I'd use this. Be mindful, if I play this back in the video, the audio on this camera kind of sucks. But the video quality is good, but again, the audio sucks. So, I'm not going to spend time clipping each bit of audio and merging the videos. I don't have time for that. I need to play Fortnite at some point. Anyway, we're going to turn this on. There we go. This will be my marker. This will be my marker. My other marker is this little door stopper thing on the wall. So I make sure the camera has a little grid, so you can sort of, that's a hashtag, I don't know, it has a grid, and I make sure the grid aligns on this point here. So I know as long as I'm in front of this on my camera, on this camera, I'm good. Next thing is I have to make sure that I'm in focus. So if I don't know how to control the focus on this camera, I just push a button, it focuses, does a beep, now it's ready. So I know I'm focused at this point. Put this down. So I know I'm stepping approximately on this marker. You can't see the marker, but I'm going approximately on this marker. And then I'm going to face the camera, but obviously in acting you don't look at the camera, right? So I'm either going to look at you, but you see that doesn't work because now this side of the face is showing on the camera. It's like looking here, and now I'm looking there. You see one side of the face, but really what I want to do is look straight at the camera, like face the camera, and then look there. And that gives you the effect of seeing me and seeing my full expression, but I'm still talking to the person off camera. There is no one there, but that's the idea. So what I've what I've learned is I can look here, and if the camera's sort of on my left side, I want to look with my right eye. So if I do it here, if you're a little bit towards my left, I'll face you and look with my right. Now I can say whatever line I want. I want burger and chips, please. No fries. Something like that, you know? And something I want to control is my wobbling. I tend to lean to one side a bit, and that creates this sort of dancing effect, which sucks because I don't like dancing. Anyway, some shots I want to do is a really close-up shot, which would be like a incredible zoom. So I'm sitting here. Triceps. So I'm sitting here, doing my scene. Then we're going to do a less close-up shot. So maybe I'm here. Then we'll do a far shot where I'm all the way back here. So right now I just marked for the, well, a full, like a long shot, or as long as I can go. And we'll do 3 takes in the 3 ranges. And we'll discuss what happens in between. Also, just a side note, I have been making a lot of progress on the Charlie character for the Hope movie. I actually built out the full model, and I got it rigged so that it looks like it's hand-drawn and stuff. I got the eyes working, got the mouth working, so I can actually animate the blinking and eye movements and all those things. My camera turned off. But I can do that now. I'm facing a little bit of a problem where, since I'm trying to make it like a 2D, look 2D on a 3D character, when I move the head, like if I just move it like this and move it about, the face, like the eyes and the ears and the mouth and the hair, they stay here, but the rest of the head moves there. So it looks really deformed and really friggin' terrifying. But that's what we're working on. That's where we're at. I also have to make sure that the outlines that are there to make it look like it's 2D, I have to make sure that it doesn't clash with the actual model itself. So like, I want to make sure that if I have this, for example, this little string, I need to make sure it doesn't clip into the model itself and look nasty. That's essentially the last bits of it. Otherwise, the model moves. Like I can actually animate the model itself, the character Charlie, which is really cool. Side note, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, the character Charlie is actually the original guy that I referred to as Jeff. I changed the name to Charlie because Jeff is his grandpa, and it was sort of like a Jeff Jr. situation, and it just got too confusing, so I changed it to Charlie. It's, simple. Just change the name rather than going the whole Junior route, because they look the same as well, and I don't want any confusion. But yeah, that's where we're at. Quick update. Shall we get to it? Hydrate. Okay. Turn it on. Here. Reach out. We're wobbling a bit, but we're in focus. Start recording. And 3, 2, 1. Focus. Three, two, one. Action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left a message for her. Scalpel, the mirror, the flower. It wasn't a game. It was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Cool. I do not want to go back and look at it. I'm trying to think of what to do with this character. Is it a stalker? Is it? Yeah, it is a stalker, right? Because it's such a message kind of thing. What can I do with this that'll make it interesting? That's what I'm. It's already an interesting thing to write. Just ask ChatGPT to write it, to be honest. But how do we want to play it off? Because I feel like I'm bouncing around between ideas here. We can go. Well, the line. Do you know what I like about Wednesday Addams? Sounds like. It could be like a creepy serial killer sort of thing. Like, wow, you're really good at this. I'm gonna freaking kill you. Or it could be like someone who has this insane crush on her and is trying to get her attention. Those are the two ways that I see it. I want to play the creepy stalker way, not the killer, the guy that likes her. For our second take. First one was a bit more generic. Let's see what we can do for the second one. Line, here, I am focus. Hair, I have no makeup. And we'll go here. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away, but she looks closer. I left the gift for her, you know. The scaffold, the flower, the mirror. It's not a game, it's a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure of it. When the next one comes, I'll make sure it speaks louder. Okay, I feel like that was a bit too bubbly. You know? I'm gonna try same thing, a little less. I'm trying to do too much with my hands. I'm gonna do my hands, you know? That's the next thing. When I'm acting, or I think when people are acting, it becomes your thought that you need to express yourself, and naturally you want to do, oh no, what is that? Please don't do that. And you just move too much. For me, I don't know what to do with my hands, and so naturally I try to do something, and it becomes too much. I do too much. Don't. It's a similar thing with my face. And if I know I'm doing a close-up shot, it'll be, oh no, what was happening? I don't understand. What could it be? What could it be? And you generally, nobody talks like that, but you really want to, like I really want to let them know that I'm expressing myself, because I feel like I have a very monotonous voice in some cases. So I feel like I'm talking, I don't know what to say. These are some generic lines. But really, it's a little more expressive, and it's a bit more natural if I just relax. And that's something that I have to, I think, for now in some cases, have to naturally or consciously think about when I'm doing it. Otherwise, I tend to go a bit too overboard. So, you know, less, do less. Less is more. Okay, final take. Going to walk. Okay. 3, 2, 1, action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. She looks closer. I left a gift for her, you know. Scaffold, flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I feel like I put too much emphasis on louder. It speaks louder, louder, louder. When the next one comes, I'll make sure it speaks louder. Should have been something like that. We'll do it in the next text. Anyway, ideally I wouldn't, because I should be sticking to one for everything. So let's do it. We'll delete the first one. Okay, I'm centered. 3, 2, 1. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left a gift for her, you know. Scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game. It was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet. But she will. I'll make sure. When the next one comes, it speaks louder. Again, I'm actively thinking about it. So it turns from, I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. And even now, so you see the pause before louder. I'm not thinking of that in my head. In my head, it's a lot more, I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. It's a lot more evil in my head. That's what I'm trying to portray it as. But it comes off as too evil, like too much. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Or it's too less. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I know, like a smiling dumbass. That's interesting. I want to do one more. And I don't want to think about it. We need to think of someone who's really, really obsessed with this person, like a high school crush, almost. Really just in it. Obviously with murderous intent. But really just that kind of obsessed with this person. Let's go with that. Three, 2, 1. Action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left the gift for her. The scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. It speaks louder. It speaks louder. It speaks louder. Nope. Don't know what to do with that. How the hell do I wrote, ChatGPT wrote this, but it wasn't just a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to apply yet. But she will. But she will. But she will. See, I'll make sure when the next one comes that it speaks louder. That it speaks louder. Crazy. Louder needs to be crazy, not emphasized. That's how you get that scary intent. Three, two, one, action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. She looks closer. I messed that up, I'm sorry. Most people, they see blood, they look away, but she looks closer. I went too fast on it. I was thinking about the lines. Okay. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left the gift for her. Flowers, the scaffold, Mara. It wasn't a game. It was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. That's what I want. That's the emotion that I want to feel, at least. You know? I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. That excited that it's finally gonna speak to her and she's gonna understand. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Cool. That was our longest possible shot. So let's move this a little closer. Yeah, this is about a decent shot. We just shit. Yeah, I'd like to be. If I go any more back, it's gonna be the same shot. Go up here. My focus is gonna have to change a bit. Not the camera focus, though. Like where I'm looking. Let me just look at you guys. Maybe easier. Marker. Happy with my shot. Could be a bit better though. Just raise it a bit. Yeah, because previously I was like full shoulder and chest down. Now we can go a bit. Yeah, but now I can go a bit more in. So now yeah, I'm trying to get my gorgeous hair in the shot. That's all I'm trying to do. Right. Okay, marker is set. Okay, set. I just learned how to do this hairstyle for myself. Just by the way. I wet the tip over here, and I wet the entire side along with the back. Then I took the hairspray foam, and I just put that on the side, so it sticks. And then this is just sort of freshly washed, fluffy, that sort of stuff. So that's cool. That gives you the effect. Right. Let's go. Starting a new recording for the medium shots. Well, medium as I can get. Okay, we'll wait for it to stop wobbling. So how you guys doing? Dreams coming true? Hope so. Right, we're good. I don't feel like this shot would ever really be used in a movie or anything, but it's nice to practice, you know. 3, 2, 1. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left a gift for her. Scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'm doing this too much. See the eye? It's more like wide-eyed rather than closed eyes. Cool. Anyway, just let the crazy out. Not too much. Just let it go so a little bit. So a little bit. I'm doing this imagining myself sitting at a table or like a lunch table or something, talking to somebody. I don't know who, but I'm talking to somebody. Obviously. Anyway, take number 2. Aligned. 3, 2, 1, action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left the present for her. The scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. So I just caught myself in the camera doing this. It should be. I feel like that's a bit too much. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. That's too much. I'll just stick to what feels natural, you know. I feel like I'm doing the crazy bit on louder, a bit better, but I want a bit more crazy. Like, I imagine this as a cliffhanger on some episode, you know? So I want to really draw attention to it, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I'm doing less, because obviously you don't want it to be, you don't want it to be like, what's the line? I'll make sure it speaks louder. You don't want that, you know. But you do want it to be a little bit of crazy in the eye. Personally, I'm not psycho, so you know. I'm not sure if that's offensive or what. Anyway, let's try it one last time. Then we'll move on to the super close shot. Pretend to work. Okay. Go. 3, 2, 1. Action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left a gift for her. Scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. See, I look like a sad puppy. Bless you. That's my cat. Bless you. That's my cat again. It looks like someone who is going through a breakup, which in a different context would be cool, because you know, you're really like a psycho, really longing for this person and going in for the kill, you know? Bless you. But I'm really trying to go for a more typical psycho look, like a much more deranged. That's it. Like a loony bin, you know, like he's really happy and excited to send this to this person, you know. Anyway, sorry, I got a message. So we'll do it in the same tone, but we'll try to be a bit more of the excited loony, rather than the oh no, please don't leave me. You're finally here, but please don't. That sort of thing, you know. Also, I just want to point out the lighting right now sucks, because as you can see in the video, it's one side of me is lighted, exterior natural lighting, and the other side isn't. So it's not ideal, but we'll work with what we've got. Right. Let's go. Three, two, one, action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left a gift for her. The scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Getting there, but my emphasis needs to be on louder. Or am I thinking about this too much? I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Oh. Again, find the issue. Trying to do too much, thinking about it too much. Thinking about it, oh, I need to be more loony. It just puts the expression in my face. Just go. It wasn't just a game, it was a conversation. I'll make sure when the next one comes that it speaks louder. There you go, that's all I was looking for. But instead I was doing, I'll make sure when the next one comes it speaks louder. I'll make sure when the next one comes it speaks louder. I was just trying to do too much, trying to express too much. But really, I feel like in trying to think about it, I put too much effort in my face when it really should have been in my eye. because that's where you actually see someone's intentions. And they mention it in the whole Michael Caine video that I was talking about. I've been trying to stick to that, but really I've been going off track in trying to fix that emotion. Well, no, not really, but almost. You get the point. Anyway, I was trying to do too much instead of just doing. That's it. Do, there is no try. It's off center. Final take in this medium shot. 3, 2, 1. Action. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. One more take. Most people, they see blood, they look away. Thinking about the lines. That's the problem. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left a message for her. The flower, the scaffold, the mirror. It wasn't a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Better. Again, I was thinking about it a bit too much, especially on that long pause. I feel like I should be, because I don't know why I'm thinking about it too much, or so much. I think because I'm talking to two things here. But anyway, I should be going from, it wasn't just a game, it was a conversation. It wasn't just a game, it was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, but she will. But she will. I'll make sure. And then I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. It speaks louder. Or, like, it needs to flow like that. It can't just be, it's not just a game, it's a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet. Wait a couple million years, and then I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. It needs, because I'm thinking about it again. Because I'm trying to think, oh yeah, it's not just a game, it's a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet, and then it's the line. That's what that pause was. Anyway, pardon me. I'll do a much more closer close-up. So for this, we're going to bring this guy a little more down. It's one thing I don't like. Yeah, a bit of dry skin on your lip. So when you're doing close up, it's really annoying. Anyway, my battery's about to die here, so we're gonna do this really quick. This really brings out the crazy, by the way. Let's go. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. You know what I like about Wednesday Addams? She doesn't run from the dark. Most people, they see blood, they look away. But she looks closer. I left the message for her. The scalpel, the flower, the mirror. It wasn't just a game. It was a conversation. She just doesn't know how to reply yet. But she will. I'll make sure when the next one comes, it speaks louder. Okay. We'll probably do this again sometime. I'll probably record the last few takes of this separately. But for now, the camera is gonna die, so thank you for being here. Cheers.